for the next 800 years until the Renaissance, the Holy Roman Empire, which is really just overcompensating for the Roman Empire's decadence. Because they saw what happened in the Roman Empire, the orgies, vomitoriums, the killing of Christ, the total destruction, reduced to rubble. So the Holy Roman Empire was like the children of alcoholics. They saw what that lifestyle did to the parents, so they rebel by wearing purity rings, listening to Christian rock. And the Holy Roman Empire is about priests, martyrs, morality plays, and jewelry. Jewelry, a big part of it, because it's all these big guys in red robes wearing the iced-out baller bracelets. You look at a picture of St. Peter's Basilica from the Middle Ages, it looks like a Death Row Records release party from 1997. They're like, yo, Monsignor, that medallion's fat, kid, where you get that, you know? We took that from the Mongol horde, that's how we do in Avignon, son, you know? They make it, we take it. And morality plays were very big, because remember something, these are very simple, primitive people, so they'd have a problem in society, they'd write a play about it, give the play a happy ending, and feel like that solved the problem in society. Of course, we do the same thing with our movies where the white teacher goes in the hood, and the kids learn from her, and she learns from them, and gets the Academy Award every 5 years, everybody feels good. I'd like to be in one of those movies, I know them so well, I got my briefcase and my sweater, enthusiastic the first day, but all the other teachers are already jaded. They're like smoking in the teacher's lounge, you know. These kids are animals, you can't help them. That's not true, you know, you just gave up. Then I go into the classroom. At first, even the kids don't like me. The girls in the back like, I ain't learned nothing from this white teacher. You know? But then I start dropping knowledge so they understand learning can be like relevant to them and kind of hip. I'm like, you kids are always talking about gangsters, right? Well, let me tell you about somebody else who used to be a gangster you didn't know was a gangster. Albert Einstein was a gangster, but you don't even know that because you don't pay attention, you know? My kid's like, no, for real, Albert Einstein was a gang? I never even knew that, you know? Yeah. Only he didn't have to use a gun like you cowards. He used a microscope to get through to people, you know? Like, yo, that don't really make sense, but, you know. You kids call each other pimps. You don't even know one of the greatest pimps of all time, James Monroe, when he pimped Europe out of half of America with the Monroe Doctrine, you know? Yo, that's fascinating, yeah, that's fascinating. Now they're enthusiastic about learning, you know? So now we're finally, after study, we're ready to go to the white school for the big debate up against the white school. You know? But then my kids never been out of the hood, so they're kind of nervous and uncomfortable. They're in the white school, like straight thugging, robbing people, knocking lockers. I'm like, stop being so uncomfortable while we're here, please. You know? But then my worst thug has to give a speech at the end that combines what I've taught him with what he learned from his own life experience. It makes everybody cry, and we win the debate. He's like, yo, I guess in many ways, Copernicus, nobody believed him. That's like nobody believed me. They accused me of shoplifting. I ain't even do it that time, you know? I never liked snitches, but I realized this country got saved by a snitch. Paul Revere, when he said the British was coming, technically he was snitching, but, you know. We win the debate, then we go back to our school triumphant, but it's bittersweet, because I'm leaving at the end. I'm like, kids, we learned a lot from each other, we solved the racial problem, but I got, you know, I'm leaving at the end of the year, you know. Now the kids are like, no, we love you, Mr. Q, you can't leave, you know. I'm like, I know, I love you too, but I got a job at that white school. Now wait, hold on. That's not why we went over there. No, that's not why we went over there. That was a coincidence. I put applications in about 22 schools, and that one popped up. You kids don't know the way the school system works. And then, of course, you have the martyrs, the other Holy Roman Empire, the martyrs, Catholic martyrs. I admire them. They died for their faith. They got shot by arrows, pulled apart by horses, drowned, burned alive. I'm sure they loved it, too, to a certain extent. Because they're martyrs. Martyrs are martyrs, you know. That's what they live for. You know your martyr friends, every time you see them, something just happened. You do not want to know how I got down here today, all right? That's how these martyrs were. They'd come in. I came to Galatia because St. Paul called me. I said, Paul, I call him Paul. I said, Paul, what can I? He said, I said, all right, I'll come. I'm not supposed to travel. I got the slip disc. I'm working on 3 hours sleep. I still got the leprosy, and St. Damien was going to heal me. It's the only day he could see me. It doesn't matter. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm a vessel for Christ, that's all. I'm just a vessel. And priests, the other great invention of the Holy Roman Empire, the priest. And another great example of doing the same thing the same way, even after it stops working, I guess priests could fall into that category. To this day, despite the billions of dollars they paid out in lawsuits, There are hundreds of headlines. You're still supposed to go in the darkened booth and tell your deepest erotic thoughts to a guy that might have a poster of Justin Bieber up in the rectory. I mean... But now you know why the penance was so lenient all those years in the church. Because you think you're horrifying them with your sins. I eat meat on Friday. I touch myself, impure thoughts. These guys are sitting there like, that's it? Do you have any idea what's going on around here on a daily basis? 10 Hail Marys, 10 Our Fathers. Get out of here, amateur night, you know? But it's easy to go after religion, of course. Anybody can do that. Religion's under attack. But religions don't help their case. They don't do themselves any favors because every religion preys into the negative stereotype of that particular religion. Catholicism, obviously, maybe we'd like to lose the kneeling for a couple of years until things calm down. I mean, come on. How about the kneeling waist high, mouth open? At some point, it's entrapment, for Christ's sake. Then you got Judaism. They pray scrutinizing a book. Like you could just see them thinking, there's got to be a loophole in here somewhere, you know? Then you got Islam. Islam prays like they know there's going to be an explosion. Duck, fire in the hole, everybody now.